The child crouched in the dust beside a broken shrine. The structure once stood tall, adorned with gold, but now stood half sunken and eroded. Its screen still flickered faintly, cycling through fragments of forgotten hymns, words severed from meaning. It made no sound. With one finger, the child traced a shape into the grit, a lone figure with a circle drawn around its head. Footsteps approached. The child's mother rushed forward, her breath sharp. She grabbed his wrist and swept her hand across the dust, erasing the figure in a single motion. Her voice was low and urgent. "What are you doing?" she shouted. The child looked up. "But Grandpa said," he began to reply. She cut him off mid-sentence. "We do not talk about that anymore." She pulled him up by the arm and led him away. Behind them, the shrine continued to flicker. Farther up the road, past the derelict shrines, the spires of the Golden City rose. Its domes glinted in the filtered sunlight, draped in banners and wires and sacred metal. Every surface was polished, every edge smooth, but none of it felt alive. The city shimmered with wealth and weight, but offered no warmth. It had been beautiful once. Now it was only preserved. In the tribunal chamber, everything was still. The chamber was circular, the floor polished and gray, the air filtered and dry. A man stood at its center, hands bound before him, posture upright but unmoving. He said nothing. He made no sound. The council sat above in recessed alcoves, elevated and detached. Their faces were pale and composed. A projection hovered between them, displaying a slowly rotating file. The file displayed its charges. 1. Violation of worship statutes. 2. Public use of a forbidden name. 3. Failure to kneel during public worship. A priest entered from the side. He was dressed in ceremonial black, his robes covered in etched symbols. He held a metallic sphere the size of a heart. It glowed with a soft internal light. The council did not vote. No deliberation was needed. The sphere dimmed and a tone sounded, long and level. 2 guards entered and escorted the man through a door at the chamber's edge. It closed behind them. No one moved. Elsewhere in the city, unrest pulsed like a bruise beneath the surface. In a control center buried beneath the outer towers, a technician reviewed surveillance footage. The images flickered with interference. A gathering in the lower corridors. Dozens, maybe hundreds moving together. They carried scrap-made banners and torches. Voices raised in unison. No one hesitated. The command was entered, a sequence initiated. On screen, the crowd began to scatter as overhead vents opened. White smoke poured downward. Figures collapsed in place, twitching once before going still. The footage faded to black. The technician typed a brief report. Sector cleared. Stability nominal. High above, in the upper levels of the spire, another chamber tracked the city's perimeter. Here the air was colder. The lights dimmer. One wall was dominated by screens showing planetary orbit and atmospheric activity. A soft chime sounded. A technician straightened in his seat. A contact had appeared on the edge of the tracking field. Small. Fast. No registered transponder. No broadcast signal. Initial analysis, small entry vehicle, single occupant. Low heat signature. No obvious threat. He filed the report and marked the contact for monitoring. A diplomatic envoy was cleared for launch. Within minutes it departed, gliding on low thrusters towards the object. The contact disappeared from external feed 10 minutes later. No signal. Just absence. The event was recorded and labeled as signal loss. A second envoy was dispatched, this time flanked by 2 escort vessels. They closed in. The council chamber received live telemetry, brief visuals, then static. All 3 vessels vanished from the feed. Command logged the anomaly, possible interference. No hostile engagement confirmed. A 3rd vessel was launched, this time larger and more heavily equipped. The ship rose steadily through the cloud cover. Its signal held for longer, but something was wrong. The ship drifted upward, climbing higher until out of view, then gone. No return signal, only silence. In the operations center, silence held as distorted shapes spread across the dim screens. The tracking grid bent. The unknown object had grown, its silhouette now massive, unfamiliar, beyond standard profiles. A junior analyst spoke softly. Old world design. No one replied, but the word stayed. Above the city, clouds began to twist. The sky darkened, not with storm, with shadow. Then the vessel broke through. It moved slowly without resistance and without noise. Its frame was wide and angular, built with perfect symmetry. It cast no engine plume. It gave off no signal, but it moved with precision. The shape eclipsed the sun. Across the city, the idol shrines flickered. Their voices stuttered. In the highest room of the tower, the council stood before the glass. They watched as the vessel drew closer. It stopped above them and held position. A terminal flickered to life. One line of ancient code appeared, Judgement-Class Vessel Active. The vessel shifted. Plates unfolded. Rings of metal and glass aligned beneath it. A deep vibration moved through the ground as dust rose. Gold light poured from below, not warm, not harsh, just final. The air began to hum. Shrines cracked, windows burst, statues collapsed without touch. No voice, no warning, only alignment. The city froze beneath the light, then everything went dark.